Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be sharing my favorite audiobooks I've listened to over the past year and a half. And honestly, since I found and started listening to audiobooks, they have saved my proverbial life because I'm so blessed I have them now in my life. Because honestly, the amount of times that I just I'm washing the dishes or I'm walking around, I'm getting the bus and I just pop in my headphones and listen to an audiobook is honestly life-saving. When I'm washing dishes I can't be reading a book also. Well, I could, but that would probably get very wet, very damaged, and it wouldn't be great for me or the book. So this way is just easier and so much more simpler. And so I decided to tell you my favorite 5 audiobooks that I've listened to, and yeah, let's just get into it. So my first one is The Knife of Never Letting Go. This is the first book in a trilogy. At the moment I'm listening to actually the last book in the trilogy, and wow, it's amazing. Shown as a story. But the reason that I love these audiobooks so much is the sound effects. And that just makes it so much more real and it's actually happening in that moment, and it really just fuels your imagination when you hear dun 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 dun. You're like, whoa. It's so great to have sound effects. I feel like it just made me so I don't know, made it so much more engaging to follow the story, because I feel sometimes when you don't have the text in front of you, your mind can drift really easily because your brain's not actively reading. So this way it kind of keeps your brain on the go and on the move and in the situation, which to me has helped me so much. Because some audiobooks I'll somehow just start thinking about something else without realizing, and then I come back and I'm what has happened? I have no clue what just happened. I have no clue where the story is going anymore because I just kind of blanked out for a little bit. But this way with sound effects, I cannot feel like I'm kind of drifting and my mind's going elsewhere. I'm in the zone. I'm on this path. That makes sense. And the second one is The Witches by Roald Dahl. I think what really made this audiobook great is the voices and the way that the different character voices that were represented really brought the story all together. I was it was easy to know, because sometimes I find you're listening to an audiobook and you don't really know what character's what, but this audiobook made it really easy to just understand this is this character, this is this character, this is this character, this is this character. You can tell who's who, and I have a sneaky feeling that it was kind of the same person, but in a way their voice was so good you could not tell if you weren't really thinking about it, which is great. Sometimes I love full cast, but if it's not possible, you need to get a person that can do the voices properly and not make them sound they're all the same and they're all the same person, because then it gets really confusing. And that's what this book did, and I think the way it did the voices really brought the whole magical aspect of Roald Dahl's writing to life, and it really did it justice. So I really genuinely enjoyed this book. And the third one is Sadie, which I think I'm sure a lot of you've heard of. So many people were talking about it when it came out. So many people recommended to listen to it on audiobook. So I took people's recommendations and I listened to it on audiobook. And the fact that it's in a podcast layout really made it so immersive and so perfect for an audiobook. And I think that the people that made the audiobook really capitalized on the fact that it was gonna be the best way because the podcast layout. So I think they made it even they really made sure that you understood this is a podcast. They really made it sound like it was a podcast, the bits that were, and you're yeah. I feel like I'm actually in the podcast, which made it 100 times more interesting, because you're wow, I'm really into this. Because I feel many people, when they find a podcast that they love, they really roll with it. So by making this feel like a podcast, people could really get on board with this whole story and just genuinely feel invested in it, which is always what you need in a great book. And then the fourth one, the fourth one is The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel. So I've talked about this book on my channel before, and this audiobook was amazing because it was full cast. That was a full cast. I said it again and again and again because it's so important. Literally everyone was a different person, and I loved that so much because it was like, I get you, like I know who you are, you're this person. I could like remember the name so much better because I was like, this voice goes with this name, and like it makes a better image in your head than like when you're having to like figure out who's speaking. Like I don't know who that is, I don't know what they were trying to say, and it just makes it so much more enjoyable when you're like not confused, because when you're confused you're like, I'm so over the story, I don't care, I don't want to listen to it anymore. But like for me it's hard because I'm not like a DNF, I never DNF, so like I just have to keep reading. I know it's a problem, I don't really know why I do it. Like it's like if you're not enjoying something, like stop reading it, but like I just can't, I really can't. So yeah, that's why this forecast audio really made me just feel like, yeah, I'm with the story, I'm on board. And that's what also this book is like a 6-book series. I listened to all of them on audiobook, and the fact that I had a full cast I think really pushed me to carry on the whole series. And the last one, number 5, is Everything You Told Me. This book, I think the reason I love this audiobook is just because it was the first audiobook that really pushed me into reading. Like when I was younger I used to listen to like, I don't know if you've ever, I don't know if it's a thing in England, I don't know if it's a thing in America or like anywhere else, but you get these like, go to the library and there's like tapes, and you like listen to them, CDs like on your radio or whatever. And I used to always listen to these, and like I remember like the greatest thing was I had this like CD set like this, and I had all the Roald Dahl stories. I used to listen to them every night before I went to bed, and I would turn them on when I was like trying to sleep, and I'd fall asleep, my mum would come and turn them off when she was going to bed. So I love them so much, they like help me to sleep so much. And this is like the first, I guess, like of me listening to stories, but this is like the first audiobook I ever went on BorrowBox and I borrowed and I listened to, and it really like propelled my love for audiobooks because it was just so good as a mystery. Like I think mysteries on audio, wow, I can't speak today, audiobooks are great because I think you can just like follow the story much better sometimes, and it just kind of like, it's a journey, a mystery, right? So like you feel like you're on that journey because you're listening to it. So that's why I think mysteries are great, and this is the first mystery I ever listened to on an audiobook, so that's great. And yeah, so remember to like this video and comment down below if you like audiobooks, if you're not a big fan of them, and what your favourites are. And remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!